Hello, it's Nick again. I'm following up on my last video blog about suicide. I'm so upset about the 10 students that took their lives in the past several weeks that I am compelled to speak out about this tragedy so something can be done to create more awareness about how to alleviate this crisis. To start, I want to further explain about the ACEs. Adverse Childhood Experiences, what they are, and why awareness, as New York City Schools Chancellor Carmen Farina stated, will help teachers and principals better identify troubled and lonely kids. I urge teachers, parents, principals, and even students to become aware of the ACEs, which I believe will help better educate all of us as to the importance of better mental health. No student of any age, or for that matter, no adult, should ever feel so hopeless that suicide is the only choice left to them. Here's the suicide article that I spoke about on my blog. We have to do something about this. I suggest we start by learning about the ACEs and their effects on all of us. ACEs, Adverse Childhood Experiences. Here's a list of the top 10. Recurrent physical abuse, recurrent emotional abuse, sexual abuse, emotional or physical neglect such as lack of food, clothing, and shelter, alcohol or drug abuse, incarceration of household members, someone who is chronically depressed, suicidal, or mentally ill, a mother being treated violently, one or no parents, abandonment, divorce, which can cause destabilization. The ACEs were identified through a decade-long research project to understand the reasons for obesity. It turned out that these questions led researchers to understand how adverse childhood experiences affect mental and physical health. They accumulated quantifiable data that academic institutions can act on. I have 4 ACEs. Most of them occurred earlier in my childhood, but that doesn't mean they don't have lasting effect. And yet, the cycle can be broken and healing can occur with safe, stable, and nurturing relationships. Do you have any ACEs? Whether you're an adult or a child. If you've had some ACEs, it's very important that you learn about them. How can you heal a condition if you don't know what it is? I want my teachers to know that when some of my fellow students walk through the school doors, to take into consideration that even before they arrive, they may have had to feed and dress their brothers and sisters because of the instability and disruption in their home lives, let alone dealing with their own ACEs. Students in this day and age need a fighting chance. Teachers and administrators need to understand that we are good kids, and many of us are struggling just to get through the day. We don't want to be disruptive in class, do drugs, show up late to school, and we don't want to be bullied or be bullies. Too many students are dealing with ACEs, and some of them are critical, and they are not being addressed. As a community, we need to look closely at what caused these adverse behaviors. ACEs can also lead to damage in the early brain development. We especially need parents to exemplify healthy relationships to their children so that their kids do not become a victim of adverse childhood experiences. Communities need to understand the importance of nurturing and positive relationships, knowledge of good parenting, child development, social conditions, and the most important of support in the time of need. We have 2 remarkably effective approaches to healthy relationships that can be easily implemented in every school in the country. The ACEs work and nonviolent communication. NVC. Learning NVC is showing me how to articulate my needs and feelings without blaming and judging others. I would like to close today by saying that nurturing and positive relationships are the key to mentally healthy children and adolescents. And these children are the future of this country and the future leaders that we all want to trust and count on. There's a huge mental health crisis in this country. I want America to climb back to the top of academic achievement. But we first have to understand why we have fallen behind and how we can equip ourselves to move ahead. This is Nick Perrelli, senior at CityEd's School in Manhattan and an intern at the Relationship Foundation. I have a lot more to say, and I will get back to you soon. See you next time.